So we're going to create an array called languages equals to new string. And we can list all of these languages one by one. And then we can remove this add item. Let me move the positioning of this after. So first I am declaring the array, and then I am instantiating my combo box. And while I instantiate my combo box, I'm going to give it the reference of the array. That way I would not have to load it individual items. And now when I run it, my output will going to be exactly the same, except for all these values are coming from an array. And if you want to work with flex size arrays, you can use one of the collection classes, and that would allow you to create a fixed size array, a flex size array, and then you can assign that to the combo box, so that combo box can dynamically change in size as opposed to getting fixed on one size. Now inside the constructor, if we make the following change, combo languages dot set editable to true, this would allow us to create an editable combo box. But of course, since we have not written any event to save the changes, it is not saving the changes, but it actually makes it editable. Let's comment out this line for now. You can also call upon a method called setSelectedItem, and then you can provide the item that you want to be selected. So when you now run this, even though Java is not the first item in the list, Java appears to be the selected item in the list. So you might have seen that in certain applications, that they have the list of countries, but USA is selected by default. But if you scroll down in the list, USA is way below, because they can set the selected item to any item of choice. Now, let's go down to action performed. Before we get to the action performed, we have to make sure that the combo box has add action listener added to it, which we have not yet added. So combo languages dot add action listener this. Now this we are doing the old-fashioned way, that this will actually get forwarded to action performed, and in action performed we're going to write the rest of the code. JComboBox of type string langs equals to arg0, which is the name of my action event object, dot get source. Now there is a problem with that statement which we will going to fix in just a few minutes, but I just want you to understand whatever we wrote this far. Arg0 always holds the reference to the item that performed the action. And when we call the get source, it returns the name of the object that performed the action, but it's actually of type object. You cannot receive object in JComboBox. That's what it's complaining about. It's saying get source is returning object. You want to receive it in JComboBox. That can't happen. The only way to make this happen is to cast it. So we're going to take this and we're going to cast it like that. So the object will be returned, will be casted, and then will be assigned. Now, we were going to make a list, a string called lang equals to. Now let's see, from the combo box langs, get selected item as to which item was returned. Now again, get selected item also returns an object. We need to cast it into a string to be able to read it. Now I can make certain choices. If lang dot equals Java, now that's a string built-in function, then do blah blah blah, for which we have to write some code. Otherwise, make another decision and then do something else. And like that, you can build your whole hierarchy. We were going to go back and we're going to introduce a label, J label price equals to new J label. Right after adding the combo box, we're going to add the price label. So we are instantiating the price label. You're adding the price label. And now I'm going to replace my blah 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 with the price label's text. So right after I make sure that the language is Java, I'll say price dot set text to price. Else if the language equals HTML, this is the price. For all other choices, that is the price. So now the first thing that we do is we grab the value of the selected item into a string, and then we run the dot equals method. Now when I run this, by default this comes out as $sign and a hyphen. As I start making the choices, it starts picking up the price. For VB and C#, it's the same price because they're else. For Java and HTML, they're different priced. Just like you work with some of the look and feel properties of others, you can similarly work with some look and feel properties of combo boxes, like setting their foreground color, you have to make sure you import the right color package. Java.awt. Similarly, you can set their font. And that will going to certainly make them appear in larger font size, and also we're going to make them appear in blue color. Now to my combo box list, I want to add some more items. XML, CSS, PHP, JSP. So I'm just making my list go longer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items now in the list. So my list is a bit longer than what was before. The reason I'm making it a bit longer is because now I want to exercise one more property, which is to set the maximum row count to a number. And now when I do this, when I click on a drop-down box, it actually gives me a scroll bar to scroll, because I can only display 5 items at a time.